What's going on, CrossFit Featherweight? It's Thursday. We're almost to the end of this week. And today we've got a little bit of a pseudo variation of like a double Fran. So it's not going to feel like Fran, trust me, but it's still going to suck. So let's take a look at what we're doing. Now when I say double, it means we've doubled the reps. Instead of 21, 15, 9, we are now doing 42, 30, 18. And there is some running involved in this too, so it's not quite Fran. That's why I say pseudo Fran. But let's look at the top. So we're going to start off. This is 4 time with 42 backpack thrusters, 42 backpack bent over rows, because we need that pulling motion where a lot of us don't have pull-up bars, myself included. We need to create some pulling something to hit those lats and simulate that same sort of idea of a push and a pull like we would normally have with Fran. So 42 bent over rows, then a 400-meter run. And that's going to happen between every round. You're going to come back in, you're going to go 30 thrusters, 30 bent over rows, 400-meter run. 18 thrusters, 18 bent over rows, 400-meter run. Hopefully by now you've figured out the run distances, or at least some of the basic ones that we use regularly, 200, 400. We'll probably have 800-meter runs and possibly even mile runs come up. In fact, we've already had mile runs come up. So hopefully you figured that out. I know for me, no matter which way I run, it feels like it's running uphill in my neighborhood. So yes, they're not fun, but we're going to be better for it when all this is over. So let's talk a little bit about our movement standards. Using our trusty backpack, the thrusters, again, if I grab on both sides, I have handles on either side of my backpack. You guys might or might not, or it might be a duffel bag, or it might be something. Either way, creating some way to have some sort of load. But I can hold this in the front rack position. And for my thruster, I'm going to squat all the way down until my hip crease gets below the top of my knee. And then send my head through my arms at the top. So we're going to start off with a set of 42. Now 42 is a lot. So the name of the game on this one is when you're thinking Fran, you're like, okay, if I'm proficient enough, I need to go unbroken on everything. That's how I'm going to get that sub 5, sub 4, sub 3 minute Fran time. So with this one, 42 is a decent number. We're probably going to need to break things up. Now maybe I go 21, 21. Maybe I go 21 and then split up my remaining reps. So I go 21, 11, 10 or something like that. So I want you guys to be thinking about what's realistic. Now, it may actually not be that bad. You might totally feel like, okay, cool, I can do 42 of these. And then by the time you get back to your set of 30, things are rather shitty. So, because when we're doing like 21, 15, 9, the set of 21 isn't that bad. The set of 9 isn't that bad either because you know you're almost done, but that set of 15 right in the middle is usually pretty terrible. So don't expect this to be any different. When you finish your first round and then come in from that run, that set of 30 thrusters and bent over rows are going to feel pretty rough. So I want you guys to just have a plan. Plan how you're going to attack this thing. And what I would say is when you take your rests, have a set amount of time that you're going to rest. So I know for me it might be I'm going to set my backpack down. I'm going to count back from 5 in my head. And once I get to 0, it's time to go again. That way I can't sit there and feel sorry for myself and stare at the clock and spend 20, 30 seconds resting when I don't need that much rest. So challenge yourself to get back to it quicker. That way you'll have a better time. So we're going to go all the way down through all of this and then finish that up. But yeah, have that plan on how you're going to break those up. Now the bent over rows, same thing as my thruster. I can grab on either side of my backpack. And when I'm bent over, I want to try to get my back as close to parallel to the floor or in that horizontal sense to the floor as possible. And from here, I'm just pulling it up to my solar plexus and back down. Backpack does not have to touch the ground every time, but we're just working those lats. And I want you to try to keep them strict. So try not to be doing this like creating momentum with your body. I want you to try to keep those rows as strict as possible. And then the run is just out the door to wherever your turnaround is for your 400 meter and then right back to your trusty old backpack. So that is what we're getting into today. The intention of this one, guys, even though it's bigger sets, go hard and fast. Just hang on. Do your best to just have bigger sets. Yes, if you have to break them up and do that stuff, that's good. But do your best to just keep moving. Chances are for a lot of us, we're using lighter implements than we normally would for something like Fran. So where that backpack doesn't weigh 95 pounds, I know mine doesn't. I don't know about yours. I should be able, if I know I can do 21 thrusters at 95 pounds with a barbell unbroken, I should be able to get a little bit bigger chunk out of that 42. But this one is going to be, this one's going to be a lung burner more than anything, guys. Your legs are going to get that lactic acid burn going, especially that set of 30. The 18 and 18 at the end really won't be that bad, but just keep at it, stick with it. It's going to be a good time. Let's get after it.